absolutely beautiful, gorgeous life. And if you woke up today, you are extremely, ridiculously, and abundantly blessed. Please don't sleep on that. I am Tori, and today we are talking about triggers, emotional triggers. I had a blessed conversation this morning with the angels that support me about a situation with a family member that happened over a year ago, but I still am being very reactive emotionally towards this family member about this situation. So, first of all, let me tell you, if you are waking up between 3 and 5 and things are coming up, what I mean by things, thoughts, old situations, people, relationships, that is your time to process it. That is a gift from me to you. You welcome. So, I woke up 4 a.m. This topic was just on my mind, allegedly by chance. So I processed the entire thing. You know, I felt like this family member owed loyalty to me. I felt like this family member was betraying me. And I felt like this family member was choosing her friend over me, because this friend did some did some things that made me, how do I even put this properly? It just made me feel shitty, you know? The person, this is three people involved, right? My family member, her friend, and me, which was a mutual friend of ours, but it was my family member's friend first. So I'm like, why am I still so upset at family member? Why am I even upset at this lady? Let me tell you something. No matter what people do or say to you, take your power and use that situation to make yourself better. So, although this person, I mean, made up a bowl of a really detrimental lie about me because she was having a mental episode. And if this lie would have been carried forward, which it wasn't, I could have gone to jail for conspiracy of kidnapping because of the things that she was saying that were completely made up in her own mind. And I thought my family member should ride for me and say, you know what, you did this to my family member, and I don't want to be friends with you anymore. But instead, she adopts the girl's baby as her god baby, and I'm like, been battling with it. So I realized that I had animosity towards my family member, and I said, life is too short, and I am too blessed. And I'm also on a journey of complete and total healing and merging with God. God, the merging with God means merging with unconditional love. And in that space, there's no room for anger, resentment. There's no room for bitterness. There's no room to be upset with people who once made you angry years ago. This is just my process that I really want y'all to evaluate and see if this is something that you would like to do, merge with God. So I'm releasing and I'm thinking and I'm going within and asking myself, why does that bother you? Good morning, God rising. So when we have an emotional reaction or emotional trigger, at the time we may not be able to go in at the time of the trigger, but later go within yourself and ask yourself those tough questions. Why was I triggered? Why am I still upset at this person? Because as long as you are upset, you are carrying the vibration of being upset. You are in the vibration of anger, not the other person. And whatever you are, you attract. Your state of being becomes a magnet, and you will just keep attracting to you what you are. So to me, and you make your own choice, it's not worth it to be angry because I'm going to suffer. Anytime we have thoughts of anger, of fear, our body produces stress hormones in an attempt to protect us from a threat. But what's happening is our immune system is getting shut down. Our digestive system is getting shut down. Our blood is rushing to our powerful extremities to prepare us to either run, free, or freeze or fight. When this response is happening over and over again, your nervous system becomes dysregulated, and then comes the anxiety. Through experiencing years of anxiety, depression inevitably develops. If you are past these points, I highly suggest getting a therapist, a counselor, a psychologist, or a psychiatrist, somebody, or join group therapy, somebody that is a safe place for you to talk about these things. I am okay with dealing with this stuff on my own. So it is taking me longer. I'm sure if I had a therapist, I would have been able to process a lot of this a lot sooner. So I definitely recommend that for you. But it's important for me to do this work for myself, with myself, because I can better explain it to you and help you and guide you down or up the right path. So, going in, processing your emotions, asking yourself, and you will get to the bottom of it. So, the emotions this morning that I was feeling, as I realized I felt betrayed, I realized I felt not as important, like insignificant to in comparison to your other her other friend. And we're family. So obviously in our mind we think family's supposed to ride with us. Family's supposed to. Let me tell you something. This is what I told myself this morning. Nobody owes you loyalty. Nobody owes you loyalty. You owe loyalty to yourself. You owe it to yourself to be loyal to yourself. Define that however you want. But to me, being loyal to myself is loving myself, being honest with myself. And I felt a way about this situation, but I was able to release how I was feeling. One, I was able to identify how I was really feeling. And then I was able to pray for both parties. Good morning, God rising. What's up, Janie? Then I was able to pray and send them the unconditional love of God. This is constantly boosting my vibration, lifting my energy higher and higher, whilst I pull out and project positivity and love into the universe, because this is what I want to receive in return, and this is what I want to be reflected back to me. Your external world is just a reflection for how you feel on the inside. Please understand that. If you are constantly meeting people or experiencing situations that make you angry or frustrated, the universe is communicating with you, and it is showing you, look, everywhere you go, you meet with anger and frustration. Your relationships are filled full of anger and frustration. I'm just reflecting back to you what you are on the inside. This is not nobody else's fault that you're angry. This is nobody else's fault that you have triggers. And the world is not going to tiptoe around your emotional trauma in order to suffice and appease you, because it is impossible for the world to do that, because the world does not have the tools to meet you where you are. Most people don't have. Doc, get. Oh, my dog. Oh my God, y'all. My dog just went into the yard next door. Doc, can you please come back? I'm gonna finish this live and I'm gonna go get my dog. Oh my goodness, this dog, because I don't even know those people, and I don't know why he went over there. Now I gotta go knock on their door and get my dog, but he'll be safe because they have a gate as well. So yeah, understanding that the world is not going to tiptoe around how you feel, because they just don't have the capacity. And it goes back to the spiritual law that people can't give you what they don't have. So when it comes to sharing your emotions and finding a safe place and finding somebody to talk to, what's up, you shit, God rising? Yeah, people are just completely just inundated with, consumed with their ego and need constant validation, and that's fine. So going within, processing your emotions, processing these by yourself, knowing that nobody has the responsibility to emotionally coddle you, that's your responsibility. So be careful when you are sharing your story and your trauma, because you want to make sure it's with somebody that is safe, that can handle and has the capacity to listen to you. So it's like I can call my cousin and vent to her about what I'm going on, but what do I expect from that? Because later down the line, she could judge me. She could throw it in my face, only because she just doesn't have the capacity. She's not a therapist. She's not a counselor. She's not a spiritual life coach. Like, she's none of these things. I'm not going to call her with my problems. And that is such a beautiful, beautiful awareness and awakening for you. Love, you honor how you feel at every moment. Honor yourself, honor your emotions. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, can you look? Doc, can you get through the gate? Doc. Let me go help my dog, y'all. Well, you shouldn't have went over there. Hey, 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 hey. Now you having a panic attack. Come on. Can you please go sit down somewhere? Thank you. All right. I hope he got what he was looking for. And that brings me to my last point. I hope that you get everything that you deserve. Don't let that go over your head. I love you. 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 I have the capacity to love you because I love myself unconditionally. And as we continue on this journey of self love, merging with God, becoming one with your higher self, you too will feel just like this. Everything is provided for you. You are living in abundance. You have no needs. You have no wants. You have every single thing that you could ever possibly dream, think, or even imagine in this space. Merging with your higher self, you inspire others to do the same. They see your light and they want that light and they want to be a part of it. You are blessing other people with your presence and your existence. You are blessing people with your unconditional love. People can feel that. People can feel the love coming off of you. Or you have many other choices on how you want to live your life. You can live your life suffering. You can live your life in fear. You can live your life worrying. You can live your life feeling judged and judging others. You can live your life full of jealousy and envy. You can live your life with poverty, thinking poverty thoughts, feeling impoverished. You have so many choices, but I am talking to the people who want to live a life full of unconditional love because that is the real currency. You talking about money? Oh, money comes to you effortlessly and abundantly when you exhibit unconditional love because you make yourself a valuable, quantifiable resource because people just want to be around you. And when people want to be around you, whatever you selling, they are buying. They just want to be in your presence. They love the thought of you. The thought of you boosts their vibrations. So the money, it just comes. It just falls. It just flows. It just comes and it goes. You don't hold on to nothing. You're not attached to anything. Life for you can be whatever you want it to be. I'm not telling you that love is the only choice. That the only way you could be happy is if you got love for yourself and blah, 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 blah. Some people are happy being miserable. That's Doc, everybody. Some people are happy, angry. Like some people are more comfortable in a low vibration. And we don't know. This is the thing. This is why I can't judge other people. This is why I just project love and I say what I have to say and I go on about my day. Because I don't know what your soul came here to experience. I don't know. That's between your higher self and God. Whatever your soul chose to come here and experience, all of us are on that specific journey. I'm too busy trying to figure my own self out to take time to try to figure out why you are doing what you are doing. I don't have the capacity. All I have is love. All I have is understanding. So the worst of the worst of the worst criminals, I still love them. Would I invite them over for Sunday dinner? No, I wouldn't. But I can still love them. The 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 facet and the form of judgments that I used to carry, it is so depressing because judgment, I'm constantly comparing you to my image of perfection, which I haven't even yet attained. I'm judging you is saying she is she should not be that way. How can I do that when I don't even know how I'm still seeking me. So all of these things, releasing judgment, lowering and just, getting that ego down as small. Come here, dog. Hi. Getting the ego down as small as possible. Say hi. You say hi. Um, Addressing your emotions. I still feel jealousy, but I want to know where's this jealousy coming from because I know what jealousy is. All of this stuff is about awareness. becoming aware of yourself so that you can know how to address yourself, so you know what you need to release. Just like we detox the body, we talk about going on these juice cleanses and going on these 24-hour and 48-hour fasts. God Rising, we need to detox ourselves emotionally. Do you know that the childhood you had so many unmet needs? And you did not know these needs were necessary and that they were not met for you. But as you grow into an adult, you go and get these needs met by other people who can't meet them either, until you heal your child within. And that is a process of detoxifying. That's what they call shadow work. Going, the shadows are the parts of you that you can't see but are following you. So when somebody steps on your shoe and you really want to shoot them in the face, like, that's too far. Well, that was disrespectful. What inside of you makes you think that somebody can't make a mistake, accidentally step on your shoe? Just because you paid $300 for a pair of shoes, the world has to tiptoe around your shoe, your insecurities, or your need to be seen by having these $300 shoes on? We don't have to submit to that. And I tell you what, the moment you react, y'all seen Perfect Neighbor on Netflix? If you haven't, go check it out. This lady was so full of anger. And her reaction, she tried to justify what she did. And serving the rest of her life in prison. So your reaction will be the thing that really fucks you up. It could get you killed. It could have you doing something that'll land you in prison. You get one life in this body. You're gonna spend that life in prison, in a cage like an animal, or somebody telling you when to wake up, telling you what to eat, when to go to bed, when to take a shower. See, I'm a convicted felon, but God spared me from prison. You heard me. God spared me from prison. It was a miracle. It was a miracle that I did not go to prison, because I had two co-defendants and they both went to prison. So I can tell you about making poor decisions. I'm speaking from experience. I can tell you about the decisions that our inner child, our wounded child, and our trauma makes for us as adults in the relationships that we choose to enter into. I can tell you all about it if you haven't been experiencing this yourself. And the whole point of me coming out is, hopefully, by God, I can help somebody not go through what I went through. Because I had daddy issues. I didn't know I needed a dad growing up. I didn't know that was the family dynamic. I didn't know I needed a healthy father, not just any father. I needed a father to affirm me, to validate me, to tell me how beautiful I was, to make me feel safe and secure. So I knew what to look for when I became a young woman and I started to date. But because I didn't have any of that, I went through a process of learning what I needed through men, and they were always older than me. Think about it. Daddy issues. I was seeking out men that were older than me because I'm trying to get that need fulfilled for years. Furthermore, I hated my dad for abandoning me, not understanding that he had an addiction. This healing stuff is magical, is beautiful, is purifying, is detoxifying, and it is going to bless you. So make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. We do morning meditations. We do yoga. We do just these morning conversations. I will answer questions to help you process. This is a really safe place. You can do anonymously, but I would love to help you. I'm here to assist. I'm here to help. God put me here and put me through all of this stuff so I could heal from it, so I could show you how to do the same thing. And every person is different. Every situation is different. But the healing is kind of like the same. Is detoxing. Now, we'll be detoxing different things. Is becoming aware of their childhood wounds. Now, we all have different wounds. You see what I mean? So that is the polarity, that we're all different, but it is very similar in that we all can do the same process of dumping and then replenishing, detoxifying and replenishing. So we get out the old beliefs, we get out the old trauma, we get out the old stagnant emotions, and we usher in new beliefs and new Emotions like joy, like peace, emotions that release good chemicals in your body because your body is a pharmacy. We talk about herbs. We talk about the physical process of intermittent fasting and what that does for you. We talk about proper hydration, eating your fruits, drinking coconut water, which I'm about to go do right now, drinking your herbal teas. Making sure your skin is hydrated, making sure your body is hydrated. Look at the skin. I'm not using a filter. How did you get so enlightened then? What happened? Oh, you want to hear my story? I don't know if you're still here, say here and I'll share a little bit with you. But if not, I'm going to go ahead because I have work to do. I am self-employed because I am oh, you are. Okay, so I can go back to 86 when I was born. Both of my parents were addicted to crack. It's kind of how my life started. My grandmother came and picked me up from a crack house, and she raised me as well as my other grandmother. So fast forward all of that. No dad, no mom. My mom came back when I was 10. Fast forward past that. I get into many relationships with men who are emotionally unavailable and very abusive towards me because they are all older, and my need to control my environment was reflected back to me through them. So they were very controlling. So I met my kid's father in 2007. I was pregnant by 2008. I was pregnant in 2007. Met him in July, got pregnant in November, had my son in 2008 in August, who's 17 years old now, Jaden Wilson. Is he 17? Wow. Shit, he is. Okay. So when I met my ex-husband, he never had a job, never was legitimate, never had legitimate sources of income. If you follow me, he always did something that was illegal to get some fast money, whether it was selling drugs or primarily like that was his game. Years of him lying, cheating on me, abusing me, and in my insecurity, my inferiority, I stayed in this relationship for 10 years. And not only did I stay, I married him. Go figure. I married a manipulative, abusive person. And he's not even, I don't even think he knew at all what he was doing. I don't think he meant to be that way. I don't think it was calculated. I think it was both of our traumas playing and depending on one another, you know? We do. We try to, and at a point, it wasn't even me trying to look for the good. At first, it was when things started to go left. But then I felt like I could not, it's like I couldn't see a way out. That's what abuse does to you, because he cut me off from all of my friends, most of my family members. I wasn't in touch with people. So I didn't even realize that I was really being abused. So we break up, we go through all of this stuff, and we get married. And something is fishy, in my marriage, because he would leave at night or, certain periods of the day. Mind you, again, still never had a job. I would call him and it would be dead silent, but I could hear a smoke alarm, beep, beep, going off like the smoke alarm was dying. So one day I'm like, where are you? And every day I would ask him, where are you? Oh, every day is a different excuse. Well, I'm at so-and-so's house. I'm at so-and-so's house. So finally, I'm like, you're not, he said I'm in Jake's garage. I'm like, you're not in anybody's garage because I hear the smoke alarm going off. Tell me the truth. Enough. Like, I told you to stop lying to me. So silly, by the way. I thought because I told him to stop lying that he would. Doesn't work like that. Okay, now I know. So long story short, when somebody shows you who they are the first time, you should definitely believe them. So fast forward past that, he's a pimp. He's got an apartment and he's been pimping women out of this apartment. Mind you, we are married now, but he comes to me and says, you know what, I'm gonna tell you the truth because we working on honesty. I've been pimping girls, but I just give them a safe place to live and a safe place to do what they do. They give me half of the money. I don't even take all their money. I just make sure they're so I'm believing this is so toxic for you to have a woman sell her body and you take any part of this money. I think it's toxic for a woman to sell her body. Now, If you didn't know about this, most of these women, like 98% of them, are under some heavy addiction. Heroin, crack cocaine, fentanyl, like they're addicted to something, and they sell their bodies to feed their addiction. So now this hindsight, it's 2020. So I'm like, you know what? I get pregnant, my daughter. And as I'm pregnant, I said, we're about to have two kids, sir. So I don't want to raise two kids by myself. Can you just get a job and stop all of this nonsense, all of it? And he would tell me, I'll never get caught. I tell you, he's got to be eating those words to this day because he got caught. And not only did he get caught, I got caught pimping. He got caught pimping girls. I got him one hotel room. So they built an entire a case for me around that. So they said that I was laundering money, that I was promoting prostitution, and that I was engaging in a pattern of corrupt activity, which is a felony one, the highest of all felonies in the Franklin County court circuit. So I'm indicted. I'm hauled off to jail in front of my children as I'm cooking dinner, May 10th, 2016. I'll never forget it. I never forget the look on my son's face, looking out that window at me in a police car. My daughter was not even a year old. She didn't know what was going on. They had already arrested my husband. He was already at the jail. They came to get me next. So I go to jail, and I never been in jail before. My record was clean up until that point, and it's been clean ever since that point. Shout out to me. So I go to jail, and I've never had so much fear. I never felt so scared. I'm gonna get through this without crying this time. I felt so much fear that the fear left me. You ever been so scared you're just like, you know what? I don't have 1% more of scared in me, so I'm just not gonna be scared anymore. Like, that is the level of fear that I had as a goody girl who went to work, went to college, thought she did everything right, got married, had the kids. I was scared. So when I get to jail, I wait to get into the cell before I cry. And I look up 3 days later, and I've been crying and praying on this floor of this jail for 3 days. So on the third day, my lawyer comes to visit me, and she's like, hey, you might not get out. Your bond is going to be very high. This is a high profile case. So they called it sex trafficking, which is what it was. You're selling sex for money. I was involved as a co-defendant. They were really after my ex-husband. And when I tell you God was so God loves us so much unconditionally, like without, like, he, through that, right? I'm on a jail cell floor feeling worthless. Like, I didn't let everybody down. Myself, my kids, my mother, my grandparents, like, I didn't let everybody down. And God said, you are everything to me. I am going to get through this. I'm not going to cry. I'm not. But God's love does that to me. I felt it firsthand. In the midst of this storm, right? God said, you are everything to me. You are worthy. You have to go through this because it's a lesson in this. But once you get through it, you will come out. And I remember the words unscathed, and I remember the words abundance. So now everywhere I go, since 2016, my bond was low. Let me tell you something. I got to court, and I walked in that courtroom, and it was full of my people, friends, family, people I haven't seen in years, because this thing went viral on Facebook, this case, this arrest, this indictment. So everybody came. And as the judge is talking, he stopped mid-arraignment, and he said, took off his glasses, I'll never forget, and he said, who's all here for her? The whole courtroom raised their hand. He was so moved. I saw a tear drop from his eye. The judge, y'all. The judge. And the things that the prosecutors were saying about me that they made up, because this is their job. I had to learn that too. Don't be mad at them people. They got a job to do. Even if it's real or fake, they have to make people feel protected. Even if they got to make shit up about you, make you a monster, it makes them look better if you get convicted, because they just got another monster off the street. Neither here nor there. So the judge said, well, she's innocent until proven guilty. And I swear I would never even, I thought I'd never hear a judge say that. He gave me a bond of 50,000. My lawyer was expecting 200,000. So I was out of jail in about 7 hours. After that, fought my case, divorced my husband, moved to Texas, bought this beautiful house, started a few businesses, found my purpose, which is healing, teaching people how to heal themselves, empowering people to be their own healers. I'm a Reiki level 2 practitioner. I'm a certified life coach, certified yoga instructor, and a certified herbalist. And everything I do is for everybody else. Every year for my birthday, I feed the homeless. I don't want no gifts. I don't want nothing. If you want to give me something, donate to this homeless drive. Give me your clothes, give me your shoes, because there are people that need things. These people have mental illness. These people cannot get it together. And I know you say just get a job. Just, bro, it's not that easy. So if I can be a light and project that love to people, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So my life has completely changed. I'm in the healthiest relationship that I've ever had in my life. I am with a man who honors me, who, I mean, I've covered. That's how I feel. I feel covered. I feel so covered. And I came from so many toxic, abusive relationships. And I still am processing that trauma with him. And he is so patient with me. This man loves me. He loves my children. And there's no conditions on it. Um, so much has changed in a very good way. And even for women who feel like men too, there's no good men out there. There's no good women out there. But what I learned, because I would say the same thing 5, 10 years ago, even up to 3 or 4 years ago, I would have said there's no good men. I keep running into these losers, these jokers, and there's not. What happened? What was happening was I was only attracting me. These men were reflections of me. So I couldn't blame them for being away. Instead, I had to change the way I was so that I could attract somebody that was better for my energy. So that's a little part of my story. I don't mean to keep you on here. Thanks for sharing. Is this Apex? Are you, are you, hold on. I think I know you. And I've been looking for you on TikTok. I don't mean to keep you on here. Thanks for sharing with me. That's powerful. Good for you. Oh, I need more people like you for real. I'll be back next time. Gave you a sub. Thank you so much, Apex. I'm gonna return the favor and subscribe to you. So I appreciate you for listening. And that is all I had for today. You are famous. All right, guys. I love you and God loves you. Peace.